Hi guys, today's little dicho is all about how to decode narcissistic communications. I'm going to walk through a sample email, a sample text message, give you guys some great tips, as well as spotlight some critical data on just how prevalent harassing communications are as a form of emotional abuse. I'm Danny, and I create this content to share bite-sized life tips or little dichos that can help you be the best you, one step at a time. I want to share some data really quickly on the prevalence of this issue. So one study published in the journal Personality and Individual Differences from 2019 found that 60% from the population surveyed of parents who had been through a divorce reported experiencing some form of abuse from their ex-partner. And of that reported abuse, 40% said the abuse was in the form of harassing communications and or emotional abuse. For you moms out there, published in the journal Child Abuse and Neglect in 2020, found that 70% of mothers who had been through a high conflict divorce reported experiencing some form of harassing communication or verbal abuse from their ex-husband. Just based on that small amount of data that I chose to spotlight for this post, that's a concerning problem. A simple way to think about communications with your narcissistic ex is, the frequency with which they're communicating. Are they communicating too much? Are they not communicating at all? Are they non-responsive when it's critical to respond? And what's the scope of those emails? Is it about the matter at hand or is it abusive? Let's walk through a sample email to get a better sense of what I'm talking about. Subject, I'm so disappointed in you. Hi, I can't believe how you acted last night. You were so rude to me in front of all your friends. I'm so embarrassed. I don't know what's gotten into you lately. You've been so distant and critical. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm the best thing that's ever happened to you. You should be lucky to have me. I deserve better treatment than this. I need you to apologize to me immediately, and I need you to promise that you'll never treat me like that again. Love, the narcissist. So we don't want emails like this to drain our precious energy, time, and finances. We want to be able to recognize very quickly what this is, what that's about, and then gauge how or when or if we're even going to respond. Line 1, the subject, I'm so disappointed in you. This lacks any kind of empathy and is very condescending. I can't believe how you acted last night. You were so rude to me in front of all your friends. I'm so embarrassed. So we don't know what happened, but this reeks to me of dramatization, playing the victim, possible gaslighting, projection of blame onto the partner, and that all ultimately to deflect responsibility. I don't know what's gotten into you lately. You've been so distant and critical. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. This to me is the narcissist trying to be way too quick to critique their partner and place blame on that person to avoid accountability. I'm the best thing that's ever happened to you. You should be lucky to have me. I deserve better treatment than this. And this to me, in a nutshell, is a way too grandiose, inflated sense of self-importance. Apologize to me immediately, and I need you to promise that you'll never treat me like that again. That is controlling, intimidating, and the narcissist clearly needs to be validated to feel better about themselves and is demanding admiration. And finally, they top it off with a love, comma, their name, the narcissist's name. And my question to that is, love, that is such a mismatched way to end such an up and down, emotionally manipulative, demeaning email. So let me go through a text message really quickly as well, and then we'll go through some tips. If you don't give me what I want, I'm going to tell the kids that you're the one who broke up our family. I'm going to tell them that you don't love them anymore. Let's decode that awful text message. If you don't give me what I want, that is threatening, coercive, and using the kids as emotional blackmail. I'm going to tell the kids that you're the one who broke up our family. You're the one. That's blaming the other parent, projecting probably all of their issues onto the other parent so that they don't have to be accountable for being the one who broke up the family. And then I'm going to tell them that you don't love them. you don't love them, that's very alienating of the relationship that you have with the children, and also very emotionally manipulating. So for the email, let's just say for the sake of simplicity, there's no children involved, and that's just a toxic relationship between two people. I would absolutely not respond to that email. And what that does is it states a couple of things. Number one, it sets a boundary that says, I'm not going to engage with you. None of these things that you're saying are accurate, and I'm not going to argue with you because you're not rational and you're not going to agree with me anyways. It also states that you're not taking their criticism personally. You're not going to let it in to your mind or body and internalize it and take it personally. By not responding, it also says that you're not afraid to say no and potentially walk away from that relationship. If for some reason you're not strong enough to put a boundary up and say no, and you do respond, be very, very particular about what you say and keep it to one sentence and say something like, I understand you're upset, but I'm not going to apologize for something I didn't do wrong. You're not getting into a back and forth, and you're not validating the narcissist, which is exactly what they want to do. And recognize that you're going to get a response back because they always have to have the last word, but you don't engage that last response. In the case of the text message, that text message is very clearly emotionally abusive and manipulative, and is threatening to use the children's emotions and that relationship to get what the narcissist wants. Stay calm, do not engage that, don't respond, and if you're concerned at all about the safety of your kids, you need to be talking to an attorney or a child protective agent. In situations like this, I am not a subject matter expert in this, but I've learned a lot from having to defend myself. And so remember, you can set the boundary for whether you're going to respond, how much you're going to respond with, if you need to reach out and get support. The emails focused on the kids, keep everything in writing. Remember, you've got this. I'll see you guys again soon. Ciao.